So I'm going to start with this little song poem by Vincent, and it's called Cativo. Once upon a Tulin, when I was a boy, the poor were mamma mia, and just to be was a joy. Now I'm a grandfather and grandson, and the poor are many more. It's the same old story that went on before. Once upon the eye meeting, make who am I gleam, I who came from chinky macaroni, chasing down the scheme. Before Eden, Jerusalem, and Moscow, Washington is an upstarter, waves of the sing-song in this asylum of martyrs. Once upon the other side, those two places not around are on this island, waiting to be found. We're the bambini of irritations, without supper. In the rebel is the noble, upsetting the setapa. And by the way, Henry bestowed me the Vincent hat for my reading, so okay. Well, I was one of the women, one of the many women, and Vincent was a lover, you know, and he had had 2 solid marriages and a lot of grief and losses and everything else, and he really wanted the freedom of the exploring of the intimate relationship. And there could be no equivocating about that. And that, of course, led to, at least in my case, you know, some big arguments. Okay, so I'm gonna, and I have a whole, maybe like 100 beautiful letters from Vincent Ferrini. And the thing about Vincent was he was a frame maker. So he really framed visually his, I'm going to put my glasses in here so I can hold this up. So every single letter of Vincent's were very visual. He was so connected to the visual, verbal connection. And he loved painting. He was very close with many wonderful painters, and especially I think of Eileen Wing, who I did know, Elaine Wing. So this first one is called, oh, he called me Elisabetta da Poeta. Elisabetta, closer you are to me where my song comes from. Are you in tears? Or a sister of Sappho? Joy always, no matter how the sounds come, or that well is ours, and individually everyone's is ours and everyone's. And we are the mad ones up to our ears in the song's keg. And a poet dances on the razor's edge. I wanted to read the next poem, which was written to my daughter, Jennifer, who is now an investigative reporter and journalist at WGBH. But when he wrote her this little poem, it was she had sent him somehow, or I don't know how he got it. Maybe I had something to do with it. Her tooth on her 10th birthday. And so and it must have been around December because he made this poem in the shape of a Christmas tree. And it's got a stand and the whole thing, which is very exemplary of Vincent and this visual sense of things. Dear little Jenny, here is a fin the tooth fairy lifted off Santa's bag. She brushed his nostril with it, but he couldn't see because the ink was not dry. And still in Uncle Sammy's belly in Fort Knox, quite a trick fooling Santa. Someday, the little people are going to take Christ away from the adult world, and then we will see if they miss him. And that's what I have been praying for. If they do, Christ will live every day, and the adults will never grow old and die, because we will all be in fairyland. I know, I love that one.